Cold. That was the first thing Max noticed. Cold against his back, his wrists, his ankles. Metal. His eyes fluttered open, then snapped shut against the brutal fluorescent glare above him. His skull throbbed. His mouth felt like it had been stuffed with sand. When he tried to sit up, something yanked him back down. Straps. Across his chest. His wrists. His ankles. Max went very still. "What the hell?" he croaked. He forced one eye open, then the other. White ceiling panels swam into focus. Recessed lights. Humming machines. Sterile walls. The sharp smell of chemicals. Not a hospital. Too big. Too quiet. Too many blinking consoles. Something cold tapped his cheek. Max turned his head. A spindly robotic arm hovered inches from his face, its pincer retreating with a guilty little whir the second he looked at it. Max squinted. "Hey, hands off the merchandise," he rasped. "If you're going to touch me like that, at least buy me dinner first, bot brain." The arm swiveled away. Its sensors blinked rapidly, almost like an electronic blush. Max craned his neck as far as the restraints allowed. Workbenches, bubbling tubes, half-built machines, cables hanging like vines. A hostage situation with a science fair budget. "Well," he muttered, tugging once at the straps, "look what deeply educational experience I've gotten myself kidnapped into today." A laugh rolled through the lab. Deep, theatrical, echoing off the metal walls until it seemed to come from everywhere. Max froze.
"Ah, yes,"
a booming voice declared from the shadows.
"After so many years of planning, I finally have this city's golden boy in my clutches."
Max blinked. The voice continued, thick with an accent that sounded like German, Russian, and community theater had all gotten into a car crash.
"You thought you could live your wicked little life while innocence suffered in the shadows? Well, be aware. Justice strikes back with quite the delirious poison."
A spotlight snapped on. A tall, bulky man stepped into view, bald head shining under the lights. A bushy white mustache twitched over his mouth like an angry caterpillar. Round blue glasses sat on his bulbous nose, and his lab coat billowed behind him as if he had rented a personal wind machine.
"It is I,"
he cried, throwing both arms wide.
"The striking genius, the terrible, the great professor."
"Buttocks?" Max said. The scientist froze. Max narrowed his eyes, studying him. "No, wait, I know this one." He snapped his fingers as much as the restraints allowed. "Grossest? Butwell? Pusington? Sorry, your name was something stupid, wasn't it?" The man's face turned crimson.
"It is Dr. Boswell, you spoiled brat,"
he bellowed, slamming a hand onto a console hard enough to rattle the beakers.
"I took care of you more than your own parents, and you do not even remember my name?"
Max let his head fall back with a sigh. "Oh, right, yeah, the doctor from when I was 10. He tugged lazily at one wrist strap. "To be fair, my dad fired a lot of scientists who swore revenge. You'll have to be more specific." Puswell leaned over him. He smelled like peppermint and sanitizer.
"This is not about money.
"Great, love that. Hate where it's going."
This is about justice,
Puswell's voice dropped into a hiss.
about humiliation, about a city that worships beauty while grinding everyone imperfect into dust."
Max stared at him. "And this required kidnapping me because..." Puswell stabbed a finger toward his chest.
"Because you are Perfetopia's favorite lie. Beautiful, charming, rich. The mayor's son, the golden boy, and rotten underneath."
Max's smirk faltered for half a second. Then it came back. "Okay, Doc. Points for production value. You've got the creepy lab, the dramatic lighting, the accent that keeps slipping in and out. Really committed stuff." He gave the restraints another small tug. "But maybe take a few more therapy sessions before adding child kidnapping to the healing journey." Puswell's mustache quivered.
"Children?
"I'm 18. A teen. That's like a minor somewhere."
Nonsense. You're 18. A legal adult in the face of everything wrong with this city. And I don't need therapy, I need justice."
Max blinked. "Well, that's the worst sentence anyone's ever said to me, and I went to private school." Puswell clapped twice. The lights dimmed. A massive screen descended from the ceiling with a mechanical whir. Robotic arms unfolded from the walls, twisting knobs and tapping keys like a horrible little orchestra.
For years,
Puzzwell said, turning toward the screen.
I have worked to create a perfect symbol of this world's ugliness.
Images flickered to life. Cells. Tissue samples. Something pale, wet, and coiling under a microscope. Puzzwell lifted his chin.
Behold, the Grotesqueify worm.
The screen zoomed in. Max's stomach tightened despite himself. It looked like an earthworm designed by someone who hated earthworms. Translucent skin revealed glowing organs pulsing inside it. Tiny barbs covered its body. Little suction cups opened and closed along its underside. The thing twisted into a knot that should have broken it, then slid back into shape. Max swallowed. Impressive, he said flatly. You made a glowworm. What's it do, compost with attitude? Puzzwell smiled.
Oh, it decomposes things in a way.
That was not an invitation to become creepier.
This creature is not from Earth.
Puzzwell tapped another command. Notes and diagrams filled the screen.
It arrived 7 years ago on a meteorite in the Nevada desert. A symbiotic parasite from a dying world. Crude at first, weak, unable to bond properly with human biology.
He spread his arms.
Until I improved it.
Max stared. You gave the alien worm upgrades.
Mock all you want, boy. My improvements allowed it to not only survive on Earth, but thrive within human hosts. I perfected it. I enhanced its adaptation, spliced in Earth species, added nanotechnology of my own design. Now it can reshape a host on the cellular level.
The screen changed. Human tissue warped under the worm's influence. Bones stretched, muscle split and reformed. Skin bubbled like boiling wax. Max went quiet. Puzzwell noticed. His grin widened. It draws out what is buried inside, he said. Every impulse, every flaw, every secret ugliness. Then it makes them physical. Max forced a laugh. So this is your plan? Infect me with a fancy pet worm and hope I become metaphorically interesting?
You, Max Oblivion, are the perfect vessel. But beneath that perfect exterior, I've watched you. The casual cruelty, the emptiness behind those camera-ready smiles.
His voice rose with manic delight.
When my creation bonds with you, it will transform you into a living manifestation of all the ugliness this city tries to hide. Every grotesque impulse, every dark desire, every flaw and imperfection made gloriously, physically real. You'll become the very monster this city fears most. Truth incarnate.
Max's mouth had gone dry. On the screen, test subjects appeared. Animals. A rabbit with too many eyes. A rat whose skin melted and reformed as it crawled. A dog-like shape with its ribs moving under the wrong side of its body. Max stared at the footage, all jokes dying before they reached his tongue. You're insane, he whispered. Puzzwell gave a soft, delighted laugh.
Insanity is relative. In a city obsessed with perfection, perhaps the only sane response is to embrace the grotesque.
He walked to a nearby workstation. A glass container waited beneath a bright lamp. Inside, something pale and segmented writhed against the glass.
Perfect little prince, pretty little city, sucking all the filth from the sewers and the trash can, sticking it in him. Grotesqueify, Grotesqueify.